Simon. The Cubs-Cardinals series was one of the more anticipated series this weekend, but the defending champs were the only squad that showed up as they swept the Cardinals. They've now swept back-to-back series, the Mets and now the Cardinals. St. Louis, 6 games back in the Central, which really means the door is shut for them winning the division title in the NL Central. The Cards, though, just 4.5 games out of a wild card spot. Do you think they're still alive in the playoffs when you look at the wild card standings at least, or do you think this shut the door, them getting swept by the Cubs?
Yeah, mathematically they're alive, but I think they're done. But this sweep was the fork directly into their back. It's hard to get. Look, everyone looked at the series with so much intent on it to say, you know, could the Cubs give up their lead here?
Yeah.
Could they strengthen their league? Are they gonna? Who's gonna win 2 out of 3? How's this thing gonna go, and how's it gonna shape the Central race, and conversely the ripple effect of the wild card race? And the fact that the Cardinals get swept, it's hard to just pick your back up off the canvas with such little time left in the season and only a couple weeks to play, and then you're just going to get up and win every game.
Yep.
And that's really what it would take, even to come back in the NL wild card race. I just really don't have a lot of faith that they can come back from 4.5 games, and I have no faith for them to come back for 6 games. So for me, I really do think this is the Cardinals out. I think that the Cubs are going to do what we all thought all along and win the Central Division. Brewers still have a little bit of a chance, but I think this is over, and the champs asserted themselves nicely in this 3-game set.
Yeah, certainly a devastating blow for the Cardinals. When you look at their pitching, to me, is one of the strong suits of their team, and they didn't really get the job done. The Cubs scored 16 runs over the 3 games. I mean, Addison Russell was phenomenal. He came back off the DL and doing big things. These series so late in the season mean so much, and for them to not even be able to get one.
No.
I mean, you would like to win the series, but to not even get one, to your point, that's a psychological blow. Like, maybe we're not as good as we thought we were, and it's going to be tough to come back from that.
No wind in their sails leaving Chicago. You want a little bit of momentum that you can build off of to take into the next series, and they have none, and I think they feel, they won't say it, but between their ears, we're out of it. We're not a playoff team.
And today's game was so close. I mean, we were watching, they trailed 4-3. They had the bases loaded.
Carpenter in the 8th inning, bases loaded, and Dunsing with the big strikeout. And then Dexter thought he got one to tie the game in the 9th after hitting the big 3-run shot earlier. Just didn't have enough. And I think that will have them really regretting this series, because this series, I think, it really officially puts them out. I know not mathematically, but in my mind,